Okie doke, everybody. What a maelstrom of craziness this case has become. This is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Turnabout goodbyes. We're about to step into the final day of this trial. Oh my goodness. Didn't really appreciate the magnitude of that until I just said it out loud. This is it. So much crazy stuff last time. First of all, we got confirmation of our fears that it may have indeed been Edgeworth himself, Miles Edgeworth, who killed Edgeworth, Gregory Edgeworth, his father, 15 years ago. It seems to actually have been an accident. He was throwing a gun to his dad to help him against a crazed Yanni Yogi, but ended up accidentally, possibly, the gun misfiring and killing Mr. Edgeworth. On top of that, we also found out, of course, about Mr. Yogi, who was basically discredited after his trial, and that might be his motivation for getting revenge on Miles Edgeworth now, in this case that we're dealing with, and, of course, Hammond. But then we found out that the mastermind apparently is Von Karma himself. He is somehow connected now. Well, not somehow. He wrote the instructions for Mr. Yogi. So it appears that he might actually be behind this whole plot. And this is pure speculation at this point, but it's entirely possible that he was somehow involved in the death of Gregory Edgeworth as well, seeing as the guy had a professional grudge against the elder Edgeworth for him getting the one strike on Von Karma's perfect record. So, you know, if the guy's that devilishly fiendish right now, maybe he had something to do with that. But again, there's nothing pointing to that at this point apart from, look at the guy! So freaking Von Karma's going to hammer Edgeworth on D6 today, probably, rather than the actual current case. So we might still be in hot waters. I'm not sure how legal that is I'm not sure if that's allowed in court to just be like, well, let's ignore the current crime we're dealing with and let's talk about this other crime that it turns out that our suspect was related to. Let's just start talking about that in today's trial. But again, that's probably a juicy story if we're going to have to deal with that, so we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, freaking Phoenix and Maya also got electrocuted with a taser. That was something. Or a stun gun, I guess? A taser? Is a taser specifically the one that shoots out the little wires? A stun gun's just a little claw-looking thing that you have to actually stick into a person. Is that the difference between, or are they synonyms? Is there a... I don't know. Anyway, they got electrocuted by Von Karma anyway. And Phoenix is left with just... Hold on, let's see. We got one weird item. Let me see. We got the bullet from Edgeworth's heart, Gregory Edgeworth. Still bears clear ballistic markings. Now, that's somehow going to have to come up, I'm sure, because... yeah, that sounds incredibly important. And it's the only kind of clue we've been left with from our investigation. Right? It's the only thing we've gotten. Also this photo, I guess. This photo of dead Edgeworth. Yeah. And this DL6 case file. Okay, so those are the only things we have gotten in our previous investigation round, so we might have to use those somehow. Well, no use dilly-dallying any further. Let's jump in on this case. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are gonna get settled at last. A lot of things. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like, honestly, this freaking Judgment Day going on here. What's the big idea?
Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Maya's all electrified. Yikes.
Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Maya. Oh, and Edgeworth is still here as well, looking very pensive, as has been the case right now. Edgeworth is looking glum, as always. Yeah, exactly. Look at him, poor guy. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Well, now that we know what kind of person he is, that seems like very, very faint hope, honestly. This sneaky, sneaky guy. What are you doing?
Sorry! I'm sorry!
That's kind of funny. Freaking Maya going around shocking everybody. That's kind of cute.
I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back.
Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. That's a rude way of putting it, Phoenix, but I guess it's also on point.
Right. Good idea.
Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Ooh! Who was this? Someone got electrified. Oh, of course it's Gumshoe. What's got it into that girl?
Detective Gumshoe.
Morning, Mr. Edgeworth.
Good morning.
How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Oh, give me just a second, guys. Sorry, had to do a quick little fix on the mic there. I'll have to see if I can do something about that on the audio, but anyway. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Wow, that's not too bad, huh? Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. Okay, so we are agreeing that this is now Yogi, the caretaker we're dealing with. Okay. But that has to be a lie. Ooh. Sorry, I'm doing like really quick, like on the spot. Oh dear, my mouse. Did my mouse appear on the screen? Oh, yes, it did. Hello, mouse. Sorry about that, guys. I had to do some real quick, on the moment, technical fixing here. But okay, I think we're good now. Good now. No more shenanigans. So yeah. Okay, so we agree that the guy is. We agree that the guy is Yanni Yogi, and apparently Phoenix also suspects that he is full of doohickey. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? That makes good sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If he was a harmless, goofy guy, would he really bother to go with the crazy plan that Von Karma mailed him? He does remember. And I'm gonna prove it. That's the way we're gonna try and save Edgeworth. But again, what if Von Karma starts talking about D6, you know? Are we gonna be able to pull that? That has no bearing on this trial, Your Honor. Card. We'll see. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready.
Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence.
Understood.
Come on. Don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Ooh, there's something Something's fishy here then, if he's asking us to do some cross-examination. That can't be good.
Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Oh boy, here he is. This harmless old gaffer is supposed to be a cold-blooded killer. Oh, I guess looks can be deceiving, so...
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident.
By the way, is this the first time in this whole game where we've, like, called in a guy back to be cross-examined? I can't remember this happening previously. The one thing I hoped was, back when it turned out that Salmonella seemed to be somehow involved with the murder, you know, I was really hoping that we could have called him in for more questioning during the Steel Samurai thing. So, that's the fact that we never did, I was kind of like prepped like, oh, that's not gonna happen in this game, but here we are, it's the boat shop guy back for round 2. Alright, I'm fine with that, because yeah, if there's new avenues of questioning, I don't see what the harm is in bringing a witness back for more questions. You know, that seems completely fair to me. Anyway.
In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness! Why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony.
Oh!
Why I left court. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got none. So, my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it.
Well, now I'm not sure. I was gonna say that the fact that he's like, I wouldn't have motive, we could throw down like, oh, but we don't have it, do we? Hold on. Yeah, we don't have the note instructing how to kill. Right, we don't have the note instructing how to kill, Hammond and Frame Edgeworth anymore, because that's the thing that Von Karma stole from us. Right, okay, Because I would have been like, that's motive for ya. This was in your freaking house. But, yeah, we don't have it, that's the problem. And also, like, the whole thing, like, well, that's for Yanni Yogi, and I'm not this Yogi guy, so what the heck, man? So we're not gonna be able to go down that route either, until, I guess we really do have to get him to admit to his identity somehow. Let's start with pressing. That's always a good line of opening.
I'd call what you did running away, and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger.
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi.
Okay, but he wasn't running away or nothing.
Then why did you leave?
He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, you know, he's pressing buttons, obviously. That's what Von Karma's doing. Trying to get us off kilter. food?
Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown.
But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the Caretaker shack?
I kinda got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see. So he was lost.
Okay, that's a pretty good gag.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
That's a really good cutaway. Just like, no one's gonna believe that.
I believe that 100% objectively.
Alright, you figured you got nothing to do. Uh-huh.
You lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory. You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
Okay, so apparently we're gonna have to throw something down there, I think. Unless it's here, but I really have no clue what item could help in this situation. Let's do this one more press, see what Phoenix and Maya chat about at the end, and then really get our brains working.
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's gonna be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case, and no motive. Both of these statements are lies!
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Now, this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
Well, why are they making us... This is, I guess, because, you know, that's what the... I was complaining there weren't these options last time, so I guess I gotta take this now, but... Now I'm worried that it's actually someone else than... than Yanni Yogi, since they're giving us the option here. But I'm gonna go with the obvious.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Something to do with picnic baskets, if I'm not completely mistaken. Oh! Yanni Yogi! From the DL6 incident.
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright? This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick, how are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints.
Wow. I'm such an idiot. I was just like this whole time, I was like, oh man, I need to figure out the correct item to throw down. When the answer was the most basic possible thing, fingerprinting. God damn, like forensics 101. Oh boy. I guess that's a good fake out from the game, making me like too obsessed with the evidence-based gameplay.
Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Oh, why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
Oh, what a shocking twist, which probably means we are gonna have to improvise with our items, but I guess good basic, like, you know, why don't they do the obvious thing? Let's just throw down an explanation. I don't know why he has no fingerprints. I assume we're about to find out.
What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep.
Oh, what? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past!
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No!
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no?
No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. No, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one!
Nick, what are we gonna do?
I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his little parrot for a little comic relief, huh?
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second.
Oh shit.
Cross-examine his parrot?
Well, the parrot has been listening in on this guy for like, I don't know how many years, and repeats sensitive information like safe codes.
What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to.
Your Honor! The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Oh my god! Well, You know, it doesn't say anywhere that a dog can't play basketball. So I don't see why a parrot couldn't get on the witness stand. Oh, this is hilarious.
Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
No, he could have just said, like, it's just a joke, man. But I guess he's gonna relent?
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest.
Huh.
Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy!
Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Oh no! I'm gonna get disbarred. Because I had a parrot testify in the courtroom, but I'm gonna do it. This is hilarious. We gotta.
Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
Ooh. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She is my last chance.
That's some kind of logic, I guess?
At least, I think so.
Yeah, this is some serious grasping at straws right now. But, you know, honestly, you know, we know the parrot has been, like, listening to stuff and repeats stuff, and there might be sensitive stuff there. This is, in Storyland, this is entirely possible to work.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
Oh, look at that cutie.
That's, quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
Oh, poor judge.
This isn't fair.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Who is your owner? Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Polly. Out with it. Oh, you're not going to be getting any crackers. You're going to be getting bread and water in a cell.
Hello! Hello!
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right.
What are you gonna do, Nick?
I don't know. What do we do, Maya?